breakout game, a lot of fun.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
And you really regrouped yourself and then really just lit it up after that first inning.
Yeah, settled in a little bit. It was a huge honor, and I was really happy to get the nod by them for that. So it came out a little bit hot, and then settled in really well. Joel and the rest of the pitching staff really good about how to talk to me and how to get the best out of me. So it was fun.
Really something to build on too.
Yes, definitely. It's good to I don't know, just be in that environment before we get here, throw in front of people, used to the back games and all that stuff. So it was good to get out in front of people on a big mound, a big stage.
Doug, how excited are you to start Friday night here?
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm really excited. I know that Akron always shows out the crowds and everything, so really excited to help us hopefully win a few more games this year.
Speaking of a few more games, expectations for the team and then for yourself for the season.
For the team, I'll start with that. It's a really good group. We were just down there getting ready for the first time. The energy's flowing again. It feels like a sitcom because like the whole gang's back together, and there's so many good personalities on this team. We're already meshing super well. So a lot of success coming for us, I predict. And then for me personally, really just focused in the now. I know that April's right in front of me, and I just want to come out, get some really good starts under my belt, and put together something I can build off of so that when I get to mid-season form, I can really go out and attack it.
What did you work on the most in the off season and during spring training?
I had a really big, long, arduous off season. Once I left in September, not with the feelings I wanted to leave with, I sat down and talked with the pitching staff, specifically Joel Mangrum worked with me the whole time, and I can't thank him enough because we were like, how are we going to throw more strikes? How are we going to attack the zone a little bit better and maybe add a little velo at the same time? So I spent a lot of time in Arizona, lowering arm slot a little bit, getting myself in a spot where my misses won't be so north-south and we'll be pounding lower portion of the zone a little bit more often. And I feel really good. I'm really confident with the way I threw in spring training and looking forward to the season now.
Were there any Guardians pitchers who offered guidance?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I had the pleasure of living with Tanner Bivey during spring training, and he's always been a really close friend of mine, and he's just really supportive, and he knows a lot about the game of baseball. So all the tips here and there and just like daily passing were extremely helpful.
How do the young guys feel when you see a guy like Bieber go to drive line? He's been around a long time, done a lot of good things, but still wants to take that next step, get better again, get velo back. To see him do that, what do the young guys think about that?
It shows that like old dogs can learn new tricks. He's not an old dog. I don't mean to say that, but I mean he continues to show that you can continue to get better even after you won a Cy Young, right? The learning curve never stops, and that's why I think the Guardians are one of the best pitching organizations in ball is because they do that. So.
Doug, your pitching coach from last year that was here, Brad Goldberg, now up with the Guardians. What did working with him last year do for you?
He's just such a professional, like fresh out of the league. He shows a lot of professionalism, and he brought that all to us. I think he showed us how to work every single day, just like how to show up, get your work done, and be a professional. So makes me excited to see him hopefully soon. But I'm really excited for him and his opportunity because I know he's perfect fit for the job.
What was one takeaway from spring training for you?
Well, let me think. I think when I went out there in my first couple starts and I was throwing exceptionally harder, and then I started to slow down to a more like reasonable speed, I think I realized that learning and getting better. I think I always knew this, but I think as I was going through it, I knew that learning doesn't just go straight up or straight down. It has its peaks and its valleys, but as long as you're trending upward, that's the direction we want to continue to be heading. And I think throughout my off season, I continued to trend upward with its valleys and setbacks, but just continuing to spring training taught me to just continue to keep looking up and forward.
Doug, what's your routine like when it's a little bit colder outside the pitch?
I have kind of I've been thinking about it this a lot recently, is how I want to make April my advantage, not my enemy. I've been doing a little bit of cold water therapy. I know it's not much, but hey, I'm a Florida boy at heart, and I know that it's going to be chilly. I think not acknowledging it and just getting out there and doing what the job is, being professional about it, and knowing that I have to go get outs. It doesn't matter what it looks like outside. So just being professional.
Where did your love for the game start growing up?
It's a really good question. My dad had instilled in me at a very young age just baseball, and I think he always wanted this for me. And seeing his love for the game, it just kind of filled me with a love for the game. And as I continue to get into it, I think I learned just like how many little things you can learn about baseball every single day. And that's why I try and tell other people is like find little things every single day that you love about the game, and you'll find something, because it's a tricky game.
Were there particular players you root for or try to model yourself after?
Nobody in particular that I've really like modeled my game after. I like looking at how like pitchers' mentalities, I guess. And I think people think of Doug Nikhazy and they think of the fiery, crazy Nikhazy character. And I think I told myself more recently I want to have more of an internal fire and less of an external fire. And I think I looked at a guy like Greg Maddux, who you never saw him out of control on the mound. And I think that internal fire made him who he was. It wasn't that external craziness that made him who he was. So I think that's something I've tried to replicate, and I think it's something you'll see from me in the 2024 season.
Thanks, Doug.
Sweet.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you all.